Hello again. You might remember me. If you don't, my name is Will. So I'm going to do a thing which involves Philadelphia, which is where we all are now. So if you're not that familiar with Philly, or you're from somehow you're from somewhere else, and you ended up here, you know, I'm sorry. Doing a lot of things. So, I know that everyone doesn't like tourists, right?
Yeah.
That guy. And you know, they're always standing around gawking at things. And you know, when you're walking along, you know, living your awesome Philadelphia life, you know, just doing what you do, you might just like bump into one. Damn. And, you know, bump into someone who's just like staring at the Liberty Bell. And that can happen like anywhere. And you know, people who lived here for a while, you know, we're all over that, the whole Liberty Bell thing. You know, we know that the Liberty Bell is what generates the majority of electricity in the city. You know, we know that. Fine with it. We know that the Liberty Bell is only going to ring again in our time of greatest need. It's going to summon the Founding Fathers back from their tombs underneath the Freemasons building next to City Hall. You know, we're past that. We've accepted it. It's no big deal. We don't like look up when we hear a loud bell-like sound, thinking that it is the one that was foretold so many years before. You know, we just go on with our Philadelphia lives and walk along in our confident, assured Philadelphia manner, which involves, you know, flipping off as many people as possible. But, you know, tourists, they're still really into it, and I guess I can kind of understand it if you're from America and you come to Philadelphia, because if you're from America, you've probably traveled around the country a bit, and you've probably been to all the good parts already. So, you know, you could come to Philadelphia and it would at least be new, if not, you know, very interesting. And, you know, that's cool. You know, I've considered, you know, visiting Cincinnati, but, you know, I never will. But people that come to Philadelphia from another country, I mean, that's what kind of confuses me, I guess, because I can't imagine what the reputation of Philadelphia is like, you know, in general. Because I imagine it's something historical happened there at some point. Now it's mostly populated by people who really enjoy large sandwiches. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. That's, you know, mostly true. And I just have to check something. I'm just going to keep this out here. So there must be like an army of marketers and travel agents that are just like spinning this awesome fable about Philadelphia out there. You know, taking things like, you know, you can get a hot dog like almost anywhere in the city. And that you can join us in complaining about SEPTA. We get a lot of enjoyment out of that. And you can get drunk and just like wander around. And if it's not in Center City, then we're pretty much totally cool with it. But I feel like that maybe people that come here, I mean, they're probably, because I've looked at our marketing materials, and they mostly point to the fact that we invented freedom, which I'm sure you're aware of. But if you spend a lot of time here, you probably notice that the freedom that we're really in favor of mostly involves public urination. So, what probably, you know, people don't get if they don't live here is that, you know, you need to enjoy like the disappointments. And that's what we're, you know, all about. Because, you know, we've all been conditioned by, you know, by disappointment so much that, you know, it's a general attitude that there is only a certain amount of enjoyment allotted to you every year. And if someone gets some of it, then you're not getting that. So you really have to really guard it, hold it close. So otherwise someone else will get it and then you won't have any fun, and they'll be having a lot of fun. So, so I feel like they probably don't get the fun of waiting for a trolley that is never going to come. Watching the same politicians make the same mistakes every year, or setting a set of goals for yourself, failing at them, and then next year being like, yes, those goals are still technically good, and I'm just going to try again. I feel like that's our motto. So I just want to, and I feel kind of bad for people that come here expecting more. I just want to go up to them and grab the pointy corners of their polo shirts and yell at them in a nice way. So you have been tricked. The art museum is the only building with columns in the whole city. We put them in everything, but that's not indicative of the city. Most of us live in row homes, which are like a regular home, but cut in half. We live in halves of houses, and we don't have very much storage space. And it's kind of, that's our experience. And I would like to run Philadelphia Experience Tour. Give people the real feeling. And it would involve this. You would go to a random street corner, a different one every day. There would be no guide. You would be issued a bag that contains one SEPTA token, 2 40s, and a poorly drawn map to a Chinese place somewhere in the city that has no chairs, and you order through a thick plexiglass window. Because I feel bad, for the tourists that come, and they have the look on their face like a disappointed child, because they've they spend their time wandering around Independence Hall and Constitution Center. They're just wondering when it's going to start getting good. And they spend a lot of time thinking that maybe it's going to get better as the trip wears on. And they want something incredible out of it, this city that is so important. And all we really have to offer them is, South Street, and that's just disappointment to everyone. And as the trip wears on, they get more and more worn out with the whole experience. They might start to ask, question us, what we do for fun, which, is like this, so. And then they might, start asking us why we live here. And, as any good Philadelphian knows, there's just no good answer for that. That's the end.